In this first video, a man named Nick is taking care of his sick grandmother when one night he sees something that will stay with him for a long time. Nick's grandmother suffers from Alzheimer's, a condition that sometimes causes her to stand still and react to things no one else can see. But this time, as she quietly stands there, something happens that even Nick can't explain. While recording this moment, his camera captures something unexpected. Take a look. Apparently, an item that had been sitting on top of the fridge suddenly topples over on its own. Nick insists this moment felt far more chilling because just before it happened, his grandmother's dog began to growl. But things only get stranger when Nick reveals exactly what had fallen. Watch closely.
Alright, so this is in response to last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. You see how far back they are? Genuinely.
If this small statue had really been sitting far back on the fridge, then how could it have just tipped over? Nick has no explanation, but after replaying the footage over and over again, he notices something even more unsettling.
Honestly, I'm a bit in disbelief. No, I'm pretty sure it's just a plug-in charger. I brought my girlfriend Claire here so she can help demonstrate. But can you try to step in front of that? And so it just does that. Move away. So that comment says that the Roomba doesn't do that unless someone's in front of it. My question is, like, it is kind of creepy with a smiley face and everything. Even when it gets to the edge, it does that.
When looking back at the video, the Roomba can be seen performing the same repeated back and forth movement, as if something invisible was standing directly in its way. Nick believes the device may have been sensing something in the kitchen. And from this moment on, he can't shake the feeling that something about this space isn't right. Considering that this is the only room in the house with a TV, Nick has no choice but to spend his evenings near the kitchen. But one night, while watching alone, something happens again.
So, I was watching my show, and after last night, I'm definitely not leaving these lights on. But I was watching my show, and there's nothing there.
There's no Roomba in sight to explain the dog's behavior. Both dogs are fixated on the kitchen, staring at something no one else can see. And the way they refuse to look away only adds to the growing sense of dread. Nick remembers a story his grandfather once told him before passing away the year prior. He had sworn that one night, with the lights off, he saw Nick's grandmother standing alone in the kitchen. But when he looked again, she wasn't there. It's moments like these that have made Nick uneasy in this part of the house. But what happens next is enough to push that unease into fear. After putting the dogs away, Nick picks up the camera again, this time startled by the sound of the ice maker suddenly going off in the middle of the night. He starts recording. And then this happens. Watch.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Oh, that's cool. Jesus!
Somehow, after just following Nick around the living room, the Roomba flips over completely. There's nothing in its path, no visible obstacle. Yet it does a sudden 180, as if something had forcefully overturned it. Terrified, Nick stops recording and immediately posts the video online. As viewers examine the footage, they point out details he hadn't noticed before. For one, the Roomba had already been behaving strangely earlier in the night. Unlike before, it moved in a perfectly straight line, an uncommon pattern for devices like this. And second, it didn't pause at the edge of the stairs as it normally would. Earlier, we can see it stop and turn around, but this time it just keeps moving forward. If the previous events hadn't already disturbed Nick, this final incident certainly does. Not much else has happened since that night, but for now, like so many videos of its kind, this one remains a mystery. Now, if you found that unsettling, this next one happens under store surveillance, where nothing should be missed. On a Friday night inside a retail store, an employee named Don Rivas decides to pull out his phone and record the store's security footage. According to Don, the man on the screen had been caught stealing merchandise, and he wanted to keep a close eye on him in case he tried to take more. But that isn't the real reason he hit the record. Don says there's something in this particular clip that still freaks him out to this day. Keep in mind, this incident happened back in 2014, yet the memory of it still lingers with him. While carefully monitoring the suspected shoplifter, Don notices something he can't explain.
Look right here. Right here. Look. Look, watch. What is that? What is that? And it's just gone, bruh. Look at this. It's there, and now it's not, bro. What is that? Bruh. What is that? What is that? And then it's just gone. Bruh. What is that? One more time. Bruh. What is that? What is that?
Right there on the floor, something suddenly appears. There's nothing in the footage to indicate what could have caused it. No movement from the customer. No shift in Don's own position. Just a sudden, unexplained object or shadow creeping into view. Even if it was merchandise that had been accidentally left on the ground, it wouldn't explain how it emerged in the shot like that. The man's leg never moves to reveal it. The only thing that shifts in this moment is the mysterious shape itself. To this day, Don can't explain what he saw. And while some might chalk it up to a trick of the light or camera distortion, others believe something else might have appeared in that room that night. Whatever it was, it still haunts him. And with that, we move from a retail store to a hotel, where things take an even stranger turn. In the video, a woman named Araya is recording herself walking down a hotel hallway late at night. At first glance, everything seems normal, but something about this footage feels off.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to her, she wasn't the only one in that hallway. Someone, moving strangely, was right behind her. Concerned for her safety, she starts recording. But she has no idea that what she captures will leave viewers deeply unsettled. As she walks, it's not just the presence behind her that catches attention. Many who have studied this footage closely have pointed out something else. Something she doesn't even notice at the moment. Watch carefully.
Okay.
Araya is safe. She uploaded the video afterward, explaining that she bolted the moment she heard footsteps behind her turn into a run. But here's where things take a disturbing turn. When viewers slowed the footage down, they noticed something strange at the very start. When she pans her camera behind her, there's no one there. The hallway is completely empty, and yet she reacts exactly as if someone is chasing her, or at least something is. And according to a housekeeper working at the same hotel, something truly eerie was captured on the hotel's own security cameras that night.
So here's video of that girl that posted, and I'm gonna let y'all know now, it gets really weird.
The next piece of footage was posted by Tony, the housekeeper who came across Araya's video. He shared it publicly to shed light on what might have actually happened. Araya herself, however, has gone completely silent since posting her original clip. Tony's footage is, to say the least, unsettling.
I'm gonna let y'all know now, it gets really weird. It's like she acting like she's running from something or hiding from something, but there's literally nobody else in the frame. Like she tweaking.
Yeah, it is weird.
And the elevator door is not even closing. Like she playing hide and seek or something. But look, this ain't even the craziest thing. Like now the elevator, look, the elevator door is closed. This ain't even the craziest thing about this video though. I got like more video to show y'all, and it just gets super weird. So y'all just stay tuned.
For reasons no one can explain, the elevator doors refuse to close while Araya stands inside. But the second she steps out, they slide shut without delay. Tony, who's worked in the building for years, insists this is something he's never seen happen before. According to him, shortly after this, Araya rushed out of the hotel without checking out. She was seen hurrying through the lobby and into an Uber, and only minutes after she left, Tony noticed something else caught on video, something that would make the situation far stranger.
And y'all think that's crazy? Keep watching like right by that door right there, by that table. Keep watching right over by there. The whole time I'm thinking somebody following her. So we trying to go over the film and just keep watching. Look. My hand is shaking. Right there.
What is that?
What the heck? Bro, that's a rock from that table right there. Those are stones and those in bowls right there by that table. And that one of them stones just fell on the floor.
And there's no way that should happen because there's no wind in there.
Wind ain't even gonna do that though. This is crazy, yo.
A small stone from inside a decorative bowl in the hallway launches itself into the corridor. No one is nearby. No one touches it. With the elevator behaving erratically, Araya fleeing, and now this, Tony can't shake the feeling that something is seriously wrong. What's even stranger is that she left everything behind. Her luggage, personal belongings, everything. Later, Tony enters her room to film what she left behind. And in doing so, he captures something he wasn't expecting.
You said what? It's like all my stuff is just left here. It's crazy. No, it's just ridiculous. What the heck is this doing in here?
Yo, hold on, y'all. This is crazy.
Lying on the floor is a thin metal tool. For those unfamiliar with it, this is a device commonly used to unlock doors from the outside. It's something often associated with forced entry.
Oh my God! What?
Seeing this, Tony can't help but wonder, was someone trying to break into Araya's room? Or could she have brought this herself? If there really was an intruder, then her reaction in the hallway suddenly makes sense. But it still doesn't explain the elevator acting on its own.
Keep in mind, there's no construction going on. Nothing. But there's always some type of banging or clattering.
Trying to find answers, Tony replays the hotel's security footage. Maybe, as he hopes, someone shows up later. Someone who could prove she wasn't just imagining things. And sure enough, he finds something.
Alright, y'all, so I went back and was looking at the video of that girl from the other day, right? Because I'm thinking maybe somebody must be following her because I found that thing in the bathroom. Like, you know, it makes sense that somebody's probably following her. Because not just any person is going to have that tool. I mean, that tool is for getting inside of rooms. So just keep watching the screen right here, man. I saw something that just... just the housekeeper down there. Right there.
I don't know what that was.
This is crazy. How do y'all explain that? Somebody explain that to me. somebody explain this to me. Somebody, like, please, somebody explain to me what the hell that just was.
Roughly 3 minutes after Araya fled the hallway, a shadow suddenly darts across the camera. No visible person is nearby to cast it. The only person in the distance is too far away to match the shape or movement of this figure. Whatever this is seems to appear out of nowhere, right in the same corridor where Araya had been moments before. Maybe she wasn't running from nothing after all. Tony believes someone, or something, was there. But without clear evidence, he can't say for certain. Still, the footage he's shared is enough to leave many people uneasy.
Table, and that one of them stones just fell on the floor.
And there's no way that should happen.
And since then, there have been no further updates from Tony, and Araya herself has never spoken about it again. Viewers are left with nothing but the footage, the unexplained elevator behavior, the mysterious object in her room, and that fleeting shadow. Just what exactly did Araya see that night? And why did she leave so suddenly without a word? Like so many of these cases, this one remains a mystery. Now the next scene moves outside, where a camera again catches what eyes don't. Now this video took place at a backyard pool, where a mother and daughter are enjoying a quiet evening together.
He's out here so I could change the colors.
You might be able to do it on the plant.
The person behind the camera is the mother. She's filming to show her sister the new lights they've just installed inside the pool. Lights meant to make their nightly swims feel calm and inviting, even in complete darkness. But after what was captured here, those peaceful nighttime swims might be over for good. At first, nothing seemed unusual. The mother sent the video to her sister without a second thought, but not long after, she received a text message telling her to rewatch it carefully. Her sister had seen something she hadn't. Take a look.
He's out here so I could change the colors.
You might be able to do it on the plant.
Oh, that looks so cool, and they're above too. Oh, that's so cool. That's weird.
What was supposed to be a simple video showing off the new lighting ends up capturing something far stranger. According to Lacey, the sister who spotted it, no one else was at the pool that night, just the mother and her daughter. Yet, right in front of the girl, a faint figure moves across the frame. Neither of them noticed it at the time, but the camera did. The figure seems almost translucent at first, before briefly taking on a more solid shape, shifting from barely visible to disturbingly defined in a matter of seconds. It's strange, disorienting, and impossible to ignore once you've seen it. For reference, here's the pool in daylight. The same space, the same tarp overhead, and nothing, no object, no shadow, matches the shape that appears in the footage. If no one else was there that night, then what exactly crossed in front of the daughter? Lacey and her sister still don't have an explanation, but ever since, they've been hesitant to go back into the pool after dark. And for anyone who's watched this clip closely, it's not hard to understand why. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one. A single moment by the pool is eerie, but the next story builds over years, in one family's hallway. And that footage comes from a mother who has documented nearly every moment of her daughter's life. Her entire account revolves around her only child, a little girl she once thought she'd never have after enduring multiple failed pregnancies. To Gabby, her daughter Regina wasn't just a child, she was a miracle. From Regina's very first steps to her first day of school, Gabby has captured every small, precious moment on camera. But among all the joyful clips on her page, a few have left viewers deeply unsettled. It all began with a series of videos Gabby recorded when Regina was just a baby. Back then, Regina would often crawl toward one specific hallway in their home and just stare. At first, Gabby brushed it off as baby curiosity. But what's chilling is that even years later, Regina hasn't stopped.
Vámonos ya. Vente, mi amor.
Vente. Vamos a...
Just like she did as a baby, Regina still stands in that hallway for no clear reason. She plays games of tag by herself. She blows kisses toward it as if someone is standing there with her. While many might say she simply has an imaginary friend, Gabby has never been convinced of that explanation. And recently, something happened that shook her even more.
¿Qué pasó? Ay, Dios, ahora sí me asusté. ¿Qué pasó? Ay, Raichi. Mira, apunta para allá. ¿Qué, mi amor? Vámonos. ¿Qué, mi amor? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué pasó? Ven, amor. Ven, amorcito, vente. Venga, mi niña. It's okay.
Unlike before, Regina's behavior toward the hallway has changed. Instead of playing, she now seems unsettled, visibly creeped out. Yet in every clip Gabby uploads, there's nothing obvious in frame to explain why. That is, until one particular video began to draw hundreds of concerned comments. It was a short, ordinary clip of Regina going through her nightly routine. Nothing about it stood out, at least at first. But according to viewers, if you look closely, you'll see what's been terrifying this little girl all along. This is what Gabby caught. What started as a simple family video turns into something chilling. Inside the closet near the hallway, a shadowy figure slips past in a quick flash, right after Regina points directly at it. Gabby was alone in the house with her daughter. No one else was there. Confused and alarmed, she checks the closet herself and finds nothing. If the space was empty, then what had just moved across it? Viewers are convinced that this is the same presence Regina has been reacting to for years. The same thing she's always pointed toward in silence. Although Gabby doesn't know what to believe, she can't ignore her daughter's fear. And soon after, another incident only makes things worse. While filming a lighthearted moment in the kitchen, something happens again. Just like before, a dark figure passes across the room, but this time, it's right there in the same space as Gabby and her daughter. It moves from one side to the other and then vanishes without a trace. If no one else was home, then who or what was caught on camera? Gabby and Regina didn't notice it in real time. It was only after viewers pointed it out that the unsettling reality began to sink in. Given everything that's happened, the question remains, what exactly is hiding in that hallway? Gabby still has no answers, but she continues to record, hoping to capture more evidence, or at least some explanation for the strange shadow and her daughter's growing fear. Until then, this mystery remains unresolved. If the closet shadow was easy to miss, the next moment is impossible to ignore. And that video comes from a girl named Amy, who shares that one night, just before going to bed, her little sister began to panic because she swore she saw someone standing inside their bathroom.
Where?
And tall.
He's tall? Do you still see him? Is he still in there?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to show me where? In the shower? Okay. Are you sure you saw him?
When Amy checked, there was no one there, but her sister was visibly shaken, so terrified that Amy herself started to feel uneasy. She knew her sister well enough to tell when she was lying, and this wasn't one of those times. As unsettling as it was, Amy eventually brushed it off. But just a couple of nights later, everything changed. Amy found herself staring into the same bathroom where her sister had seen something. This time, she decides to record. For context, both Amy and her sister share the same bedroom. That's why her sister is seen here, still fast asleep, completely unaware of what's happening. And honestly, it's probably for the best, because what Amy captures next is even more disturbing.
That literally fell from up there.
Out of nowhere, the smoke detector suddenly drops to the floor in front of the bathroom mirror, and in that reflection, something even stranger happens. Amy's comforter slowly shifts, then peels back, almost as if an unseen hand is pulling it open. There's no one near the bed. No one else was in the room. It's unsettling enough on its own. But remembering that her sister had claimed to see a figure standing in this very room days earlier makes it even worse. The idea that whatever she saw might have returned is chilling. Not much else is known about this incident, other than the fact that it terrified Amy to her core. Like most of these unsettling clips, it's left up to interpretation. Just how exactly did the comforter lift on its own? And was her sister really seeing someone that night? Or something else? But humans aren't the only ones who can experience something unsettling. In this next clip, the witness isn't a person, it's a dog. On July 10th of 2025, a security camera inside a quiet suburban home began recording after sensing movement in the living room. This camera only activates when motion is detected. But there's one problem: no one is home. No one human, at least. The man who lives here was away at the time. His dog, however, was inside. When the motion notification popped up on his phone, he didn't think much of it and decided to ignore it. But what he didn't realize was that this motion-activated clip would end up capturing something deeply unsettling. Something that, according to him, changed his dog's behavior ever since. This is what the camera recorded. In the footage, the dog can be seen fixating on something that isn't visible in the room. His body stiffens, ears perked, reacting to what seems like an unseen presence. A moment later, something happens that leaves the owner shaken. his dog's collar is suddenly yanked off. Of course, it's possible the dog somehow shook it loose, but according to the owner, that explanation doesn't quite fit. This particular collar is designed not to come off easily unless unclipped by hand. It had never come off on its own before, not once. Since that night, the owner says his dog hasn't been the same. Skittish, jumpy, avoiding the living room altogether. And while there may be rational explanations for what happened, the circumstances have led many to wonder if something else was in that room. Whatever it was, he's convinced it wasn't just the dog. But, as always, I'll let you be the judge. Just what exactly took place during this eerie recording? Let me know your thoughts on this one. If the dog's reaction raised questions, the next clip will make you look twice at what's standing behind the child. Now, as with most so-called paranormal encounters, the setting is often indoors. Whether it's inside a house, a hallway, or even a car, the eeriest moments tend to happen where we feel safest. But when a child is part of the scene, things take on an entirely different weight. This next video was recorded by a mother who was simply filming her young son. What begins as a sweet everyday moment quickly becomes something far more unsettling. The following is her footage. Take a look. At first, nothing about the clip seemed unusual, but after she posted the video online, viewers began flooding the comments, urging her to re-watch it carefully. And when she did, she noticed it. Just behind the child's playpen, a figure, faint but undeniably there, appears for a brief moment. It's unclear who or what it might be. There's no explanation, no movement in the house to match what the camera picks up. The ambiguity of this moment is what makes it so chilling. A shadow, a shape, something barely visible, yet enough to deeply unsettle both the mother and everyone who's seen the clip since. No further details are known, and that lack of context only makes the footage more disturbing. Just who, or what, was captured in this video? Let me know your thoughts on this one. And with that, we leave the playpen behind for a staircase where something small and watching appears. Jose Gonzalez shared this unsettling piece of footage captured just outside an apartment complex in Southern California. According to Jose, the video was recorded by a family friend using a door camera mounted near the entrance to her unit. At first, it seems like just another quiet night, but what appears next is anything but ordinary. A small, strange figure, walking upright on two legs, suddenly emerges from beneath the stairs. Then, as a woman walks past, it presses itself tightly against the wall as if trying not to be seen. Just seconds later, the figure slips between the steps and vanishes into the shadows. What makes this footage even more bizarre is its appearance. The figure seems to be wearing a tiny robe or cloak, moving in a way that's unnervingly human-like, yet not quite human at all. Jose believes the security camera may have captured a duende, a mischievous creature from Spanish and Latin American folklore, often described as a small, gnome-like being that lurks in hidden corners. Of course, whether this is truly something paranormal or simply something else entirely is up for debate. But whatever it is, its quick, calculated movements are undeniably eerie. What do you think was caught on camera? Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these horrifying clips, click to see more on the video on screen.